Welcome back to the lesson. In our previous video, we've discussed about how to create a set in Python, and in this video, we're going to be learning how to access set items. Alright, so we cannot access items in a set by referring to index, just like we've been doing with the previous iterables such as list and tuples, because if you remember correctly, set are on index, they are unordered and unchangeable. So since they are on index, they do not have any special or unique index that we can use in order to reference the elements of our set. So now the question here is, how do we go about accessing our set items? Well, we can use the membership operators that we've learned in our previous lessons, the in and the not in operators, to actually access our set items. So let's go ahead and do that. As you can see, we already have a set defined called mySet, which is a set containing 3 elements: apple, banana, and cherry. Alright, so now let's go ahead and use the membership operators to access our set items. So let's come down below here. If you remember correctly, let's go ahead and try to print. Let's say print. Let's go ahead and check whether banana is in our set called mySet right here. So let's come over here. First of all, we're going to pass the element that we wanted to check. Alright, let's say banana, like so. Let's say in mySet. Remember that we've discussed about this in our previous lesson. So now we're basically checking if banana do exist inside of our set called mySet right here. And as you can see, obviously banana do exist. So our script is going to return true because the value of any membership operator, whether in or not in, is a Boolean value. So because banana do exist inside of our set called mySet, now we're going to get true. Now let's go ahead and run our script to see for ourselves. As you can see, we get true because banana of course do exist inside the set called mySet. So this is basically how we can go about accessing our set items. We can as well loop through our set items, but because we haven't discussed about looping in Python yet, we're not going to touch that for now, but later in our subsequent lessons, we will discuss about looping through set, tuples, and list. So for now, we're going to stick with the membership operators, and we can as well go ahead and use the not in membership operator. So let's go ahead and say apple instead of in mySet because apple do exist. So let's come over here and say not in mySet. So here we're simply saying that apple does not exist inside of mySet, which is false because of course apple do exist inside of my set right here. So this should be false because here we are checking not in instead of in. So let's go ahead and run our script. As you can see, we get false because apple do exist inside my set. And here we are saying it's not. And let's go ahead and do one more example. Now this time around, let's go ahead and say orange in my set. So here we are simply saying that orange do exist inside my set, checking if orange exists. And now let's go ahead and run our script. Yes, as you can see, we get false because of course orange does not exist inside my set right here. As you can see, no orange. So friend, this is basically it. This is how we go about accessing our set items because our set items are unordered, unchangeable, and unindexed. So we cannot access any items in a set by referring to an index because set are unindexed. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson and that everything is clear to you, and I will see you in the next one.